The moment the mayor walked into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, he didn't look nervous, and he didn't look like a man worried about consequences. He walked in like he owned the building, shoulders back, chin high, eyes scanning the room as if everyone there worked for him. His expensive suit was perfectly pressed, his watch caught the light, and there was a small, confident smile on his face that told the story before he even spoke. To him, this wasn't a courtroom. It was just another stage where power usually bowed in his direction. People in the audience whispered quietly, not because they were impressed, but because they were uneasy. Everyone knew who he was. Everyone knew what he controlled. And everyone wondered whether today would be any different. As he took his seat, he leaned back casually, crossing his arms, looking more bored than concerned. When Judge Caprio entered and the clerk called the room to order, the mayor stood, but only halfway, slowly, as if standing fully was optional for someone like him. The judge noticed, of course. He noticed everything, but he said nothing. Silence filled the room, and in that silence, the mayor mistook calm for weakness. He leaned forward, tapped the microphone, and spoke with a voice that carried confidence, not respect. "Let's not pretend," he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "I own this city." The words landed hard. A woman in the audience inhaled sharply. A court officer shifted his weight. The arrogance wasn't subtle. It was deliberate. Judge Caprio didn't react the way the mayor expected. There was no anger, no sharp reply, no warning. The judge simply looked at him, quietly, patiently, like a father watching a child make a mistake he would soon regret. That calm confused the mayor. He was used to reactions. He was used to fear. And when he didn't get either, he decided to push further. He talked about his years in office, about how many jobs he created, how many doors he opened, and how many people in powerful positions owed him favors. Each sentence was meant to intimidate. Each word was meant to remind the court that he wasn't like everyone else sitting there. But what the mayor didn't realize was that every word he spoke was tightening the room against him. Judge Caprio wasn't impressed by titles or money. He had seen wealthy men crumble and powerful names fade the moment accountability arrived. While the mayor talked, the judge listened, not to his claims, but to his character. And character, unlike power, cannot be hidden for long. The case itself was simple. On paper, it wasn't dramatic. Abuse of authority, obstruction, using influence to intimidate a local business owner who refused to comply with an illegal request. Nothing glamorous. But the mayor treated it like a misunderstanding that would disappear the moment the right pressure was applied. He interrupted the prosecutor. He rolled his eyes during testimony. He whispered to his lawyer with visible annoyance whenever facts were read aloud. The courtroom watched a man who truly believed the law existed for others, not for him. Then came the testimony that shifted everything. A small business owner took the stand. His voice was quiet at first, hands shaking slightly as he spoke about permits denied without explanation, inspectors showing up unannounced, warnings that never came in writing. He described how he was told, unofficially, that things would get much easier if he supported the mayor's latest campaign. When he refused, the pressure started. Fines, threats, silence when he asked for help. As he spoke, the mayor laughed under his breath, shaking his head like this was all a joke. Judge Caprio noticed that too. When the business owner finished, the courtroom felt heavier. The mayor's lawyer tried to dismiss it as coincidence, bureaucracy, misunderstanding. But Judge Caprio leaned forward slightly and asked one simple question. "Sir," he said calmly, "why were these actions taken only after you refused to cooperate politically?" The room went still. The mayor shifted in his seat. For the first time, he didn't look amused. As the questioning continued, the mayor's confidence began to crack. Not loudly, not dramatically, just small signs. His answers grew shorter. His posture stiffened. The smirk faded. He tried to regain control by reminding the court of his service, his popularity, his election victories. But none of it mattered here. This courtroom didn't run on applause. It ran on truth. Judge Caprio listened without interrupting, allowing the mayor to speak himself into a corner. And then, quietly, he began asking questions the mayor couldn't dodge. About records, about timing, about witnesses, about decisions that just happened to benefit friends and punish critics. The mayor's voice tightened. His lawyer whispered urgently. The audience leaned forward. Everyone could feel the shift. Power was no longer on the mayor's side. At one point, frustrated, the mayor snapped. "Do you know who I am?" he said sharply, forgetting where he was. This city doesn't function without me. The words echoed, and immediately, he knew he had gone too far. Judge Caprio looked at him, not with anger, but with disappointment. No, the judge said softly. This city functions because of its people. That sentence alone silenced the room. From that moment on, the mayor unraveled. His arguments became defensive. His authority sounded hollow. The image he had carefully built over years began to collapse in real time. Witnesses contradicted him. Documents supported their claims. And the man who once declared ownership over the city now struggled to defend himself against the very laws he claimed to control. As the hearing neared its end, Judge Caprio asked everyone to sit quietly. He removed his glasses, placed them on the desk, and looked directly at the mayor. The courtroom waited. Even the mayor held his breath. This was the moment everything would be decided. The judge spoke slowly, deliberately, choosing words that would not only deliver a sentence, but a lesson. You came into this courtroom believing power makes you untouchable, Judge Caprio said. You believed your title placed you above accountability. But power without integrity is not leadership. It's abuse. The mayor stared forward, jaw tight, eyes fixed. This court does not exist to serve influence, the judge continued. It exists to protect the people from it. Then came the sentence. Clear, firm, unavoidable. Penalties, consequences, accountability. No special treatment. No shortcuts. No escape. The room didn't erupt. It didn't applaud. It fell silent. Complete, heavy silence. The kind that settles in your chest and stays there. The mayor stood frozen. The man who once claimed ownership of the city now stood exposed before it. His shoulders slumped. His confidence drained away. In that moment, titles meant nothing. Money meant nothing. Influence meant nothing. He was just another man facing the results of his choices. As court adjourned, people slowly rose from their seats, whispering not in excitement, but in disbelief. They had just witnessed something rare. Not revenge, not humiliation. Justice. Calm, measured, and undeniable. Judge Caprio gathered his papers and left quietly, as he always did, without celebration. He didn't need it. Outside the courtroom, cameras waited, but the mayor avoided them. No speech, no statement, just silence. And that silence said more than his earlier arrogance ever could. Because for the first time, he understood something he never had before. He didn't own the city. He served it. And the moment he forgot that, the law reminded him. And that is why this story matters. Because it isn't just about one mayor or one courtroom. It's about the truth that no position is higher than justice, no title stronger than accountability, and no amount of power can protect arrogance forever.